Wonderful. Well, welcome to the Professional Development Opportunities at ATALM 2025 webinar. My name is Ryan Flahive. I am archivist at the Institute of American Indian Arts and the chair for the Native Emerging Professionals Network. So a short intro about the network. We provide a voice for a new generation of Indigenous professionals, scholars, and allies working to preserve and advance Native cultures. Focusing on people in early stages of their career, the network is leading the future of the profession, providing a platform for new ideas and approaches, and serving as a catalyst for positive change within the profession and Native communities. So what does the network do? Supports entry-level professionals in leading the future of the profession, provides a platform for new, innovative ideas and approaches, and serves as a catalyst for positive change within the profession and Indigenous communities. We support regular gatherings to promote fellowship, provide training and resources to advance careers, and encourage mentorships to build lifelong connections. This year's conference, Moving Forward, Standing Strong, is going to be held October 7 through 9 at Harrah's Cherokee Casino Resort in Cherokee, North Carolina. I think as we move forward with this, we have some guests joining us today. But I'd like you to please hold your questions until the end if you have any. Feel free to drop them in the chat if you want us to take a look at them and we can address them then. So today, I'm going to turn this over to Erin Fehr, who's going to highlight the ATALM mentorship program. And we're going to hear from a mentee-mentor pair who will share their experience from 2024 in Palm Springs. And following that, the ATALM team will discuss scholarships to attend ATALM 2025. We will hear from two of our ATALM scholars, and then the ATALM team will discuss the Professional Development Certificate Program. So, Erin, I will gladly hand this over to you.
Thank you, Ryan. Hi, everyone. My name is Erin Fehr. I am the Assistant Director and Archivist at the Sequoia National Research Center, which is at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock. And this past year, I had the privilege to chair the NEPN Mentorship Committee. And I feel like we had a really successful mentorship program at ATALM last year. And we're looking forward to ATALM 2025 and how the mentorship program progresses. I thought I would take a few minutes to kind of give you an overview of the program. The main reason that ATALM established the mentorship program is to encourage knowledge sharing, skill development, and to foster those professional connections within the ATALM community. And for those of you who have attended ATALM before, you understand that your ATALM colleagues become very close and almost like family. And so for people who are new to ATALM, we want to make sure that you have that same experience. And so with the mentorship program, we match experienced conference attendees with emerging career professionals who are either first-time attendees to ATALM or they haven't attended but a couple of times. So we want to make sure that they get the most out of their conference experience, because as someone who has attended ATALM for many, many years, it has grown a lot in the past few years, and it can be overwhelming. Whenever I walked into the main conference room this past November, I was like, wow, that's a lot of people. And I was going to meet friends. And so it took me a minute. So we want to make sure that the mentorship program kind of eases that overwhelming nature of the conference. Another thing that we hope that the mentorship program continues to do is to foster relationships that are founded on respect and sharing. And we hope that the mentors and mentees can learn from each other. So this year, we had 45 mentors and 88 mentees. So it was an almost 2-to-1 ratio. And we would love to get that down even further to where each mentor only had one mentee. So we highly encourage you to apply. And I believe in a couple of slides, we'll give you a link to apply to that. This past ATALM, we had a social evening that included a mixer so that everybody could get to know one another. And for those of us who had not had an opportunity to meet our mentees yet, we were able to meet up and meet in person for the first time. We also had a really fun karaoke night. I abstained, but Ryan was star of the show. We also had designated tables at mealtimes, so that way you didn't have to eat by yourself, and you could also meet other mentors and mentees as well. And then we had opportunities for you to meet with your mentor or mentee one-on-one. So we hope to do that and even more in 2025 in Cherokee, North Carolina. So I thought the best way for you to get an idea of what this involved is to hear from a mentor and mentee that participated this past year. I'm going to introduce Marla Taylor and Kate McElvaney. I met Marla a couple of ATALMs ago, and she served as a mentor this year. She is the curator of collections at the Robert S. Peabody Institute of Archaeology at Phillips Academy in Andover, Massachusetts. She also co-founded and co-facilitates the Indigenous Collections Care Working Group. Kate, she served as a mentee this year, and she was a first-time ATALM attendee. Kate McElvaney is the collections manager of anthropology at the Houston Museum of Natural Science. So Kate and Marla, I'm going to turn it over to you, and you can tell us what worked for you, what didn't, and things that you hope other mentors and mentees can learn from this program.
Thank you so much, Erin, for that wonderful introduction. Yes, as she said, my name is Kate. I was a mentee in the program last year. As far as my background, I am a collections manager, but I'm pretty new to that role. I've been in this position a little over 2 years, and I don't have any formal background in it. So to really be effective in my role, I wanted to network and reach out. ATALM seemed like a perfect conference opportunity to do so. And as part of my research into this conference, I ran across this fantastic opportunity to have a mentor with experience in kind of the same type of position that I'm in, that I could look to for guidance and answers to questions and help me work through sometimes difficult or challenging situations in my profession, and that I could talk to openly. So I would say definitely when considering the program, you want to think about not only where you currently are in your profession or in your role, but also think about your future goals. Like, where do you see yourself going? What are your aspirations? And really use that as sort of a strategy. And as part of this program, if you do decide to sign up for it, which I highly recommend, you'll have an opportunity to look over the mentor bios and get to know a little bit more about the potential mentors. So I would suggest reading over that, reread it a couple times. It is organized by kind of categories. So maybe you're in libraries, or maybe you're in museum collections. So you can kind of focus in on that professional area. And then there will also be another webinar like this, but where you'll get to actually hear individually from the mentors a little bit. And so that's another opportunity to see, do your current goals and your future goals align with their experience And not only that, but does your personality kind of match up? It's really important to find a mentor that you do feel like you can be open with, because you'll get the most out of that relationship if you can build an open and honest relationship that way. So it's really important to take some time, consider who you're picking for the best person to guide you in your role. And then from just a mentee perspective, it's also important that you have to show up and do the work as well. So your mentor is there to help you, but it's a little bit on you as well to come up with the questions to ask and how to go about continuing that relationship. For us, at least, it was really helpful to do kind of a scheduling. So we meet up for a video call once a month, just really briefly, like 30, 40 minutes, kind of check in. And then she's also been very gracious to answer my email questions whenever I have any kind of situation that I need a little bit of extra advice or guidance for. And I would say so far it has been a truly beneficial relationship. I'm so happy that I did enroll in this mentor-mentee program. It was very beneficial, not only at the conference itself, but also going forward as well. So highly recommend. Please feel free to answer or to ask me any questions. I'm happy to answer anything further about my experience.
Yeah, thanks, Kate. So thank you also, Erin, for that lovely introduction. I know it was reading my bio, but I had forgotten I wrote all that in there. So thank you. Again, I'm Marla. So I actually first attended ATALM in 2019 by myself. I knew no one and was terrified, right? It was one of the first big conferences I had gone to. I knew no one. And I got brave sitting in a session. I saw the person in front of me had a name tag, and it was the name of a tribal representative that I've only spoken to over the phone. And I was like, oh, here she is in person. Like I could say something. And so I was brave and introduced myself. And that wonderful human being like just took me under her wing and introduced me to so many people at the conference. I've made lifelong friends and relationships from the people she introduced me, and to her as well, people she introduced me to at ATALM in 2019. And so when looking at the mentorship program, I sort of wanted to replicate that for somebody else, because I know how beneficial that was for me to know that I would have somebody to go to dinner with, right? That I wasn't going to be completely alone, that we'd overlap in some sessions. And like I said, it turned into some really meaningful personal and professional relationships as well. So I volunteered to be a mentor, even though I thought I was a little hesitant in my own abilities to do so. But again, wanted to create that atmosphere. So what I've done as a mentor is, reached out to people in advance. Once I've kind of notified of the match, reach out to them in advance and we schedule an hour for a virtual conversation. Sometimes it doesn't last that long. And I connect with each one of the mentees in advance. And 2023, I think I had 3 mentees. In 2024, I had 2, Kate being one. I give them my cell phone number, try to make myself available at the conference, just saying hi, how's it going? This is the table I'm sitting at if you're by yourself and you want to join, no pressure. And I think that was important to establishing a relationship, to give somebody a friendly face, right, at the conference. And then, I want to try to stay in touch at least once after the conference, just to maintain the relationship. And Kate wanted to continue that moving forward. That worked for me. I think we have a way that a connection that we can help each other. Like I can help answer her questions. And that is rewarding for me as well as a professional, to be in this conference experience where I was feeling really vulnerable and alone at first, and then have pivoted from that to be the safe space for somebody else. And I think that's what the ATALM mentorship program has at least empowered me to do. And I hope it empowers other mentors to do that as well. And I think when, if you want to enroll in the program, or if you're thinking about becoming a mentor, it's really just about being yourself and bringing to the table your years of experience, whatever those years may be. Maybe they're 1 or maybe they're 15, whatever those years are. And bring your networks and your skills and your resources to help that mentee, right? And make those connections both at the conference and beyond. And so overall, I think it's been a positive experience. I'm glad that I've done it. It's great to make the connection with Kate, and it's nice to see the other mentees, you know, in passing at the conference, you know, the ones from last year. You can still say hello and check in on how they're doing, and have more friendly faces and build that network out. So I do recommend being a part of the program in whatever capacity suits you. It's definitely a beneficial experience.
Thank you so much, Marla and Kate, for sharing your experience with us. That's exactly what we hope to continue to do, is to have those experienced conference attendees who may have even been in those first-time attendance shoes, so that you can help guide and share your experience. And we hope that you will sign up next year. Well, this year. I don't know what year we're in. For 2025 in Cherokee, North Carolina, we've got a link here. And it doesn't matter what you think you do or do not know. You do have valuable information regardless of what your experience is, whether at ATALM or in your own career. So thank you so much for sharing, Kate and Marla. And I'm going to turn it over to Kelly now, and she's going to tell us about scholarships.
Thank you, Erin. Thank you again, Kate and Marla. I'm so happy that you could be here and share your experiences. So we love having a scholarship program and the ability to fund scholarships and help more people come to the conference. We receive funding from IMLS and other donors. In 2024, we were able to award 130 scholarships, and of those who were awarded, and 111 identified as being Native American, Alaska Native, or Native Hawaiian, so we're very proud of that. Again, the funding is dependent upon support from IMLS and generous donors, so we plan to offer scholarship opportunities that are in two options. One is conference registration only, to where you will be able to attend and have your registration covered. That includes 2 breakfasts and 2 lunches. And the other is the registration, a pre-conference workshop, and 4 nights of shared lodging. That also includes the 2 breakfasts and 2 lunches. Yeah. So those are the 2 options. Whenever you do apply, select one of those options. At this time, we cannot offer to cover travel, per diem, or any other costs. Here is the webpage and the information with the application form. And we will share these in the notes for the recording. We use Submittable for applications and to review applications. The Submittable platform runs best on Google Chrome, Firefox, or other current versions of Microsoft Edge and Safari. So make sure you're using one of those web browsers to ensure that you have full functionality. Whenever you go to our website, you will click on the Start Application or the Apply Now to start your application. And you'll need to create a free account or log into an existing account. And this allows you to save drafts of your work, to communicate with ATALM staff, and to work with others. Here's where, this is what the screen looks like whenever you create your account. Whenever you are finished with your application, you would hit the apply button, but there is also an option to save your draft so that you can go back and finish it later. Whenever you go back, you'll click on your name on the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and then you can select My Submissions to go back to those applications. And then it'll open a little window that shows the different applications that you're working on. So you would be able to continue those or preview those or delete it for whatever reason, but we hope that you don't do that. Our scholars are required to volunteer at least 1 hour during their time at the conference. Volunteer activities include pre-conference prep, working at the registration desk, being a ticket monitor for meals or events, posting on social media, being a room monitor, or helping us out by taking photos. And we will have that volunteer sign up soon. We're really proud to be able to offer these scholarships and believe that our scholarships are impactful to those who use them to attend ATALM. So we have 2 scholars here. They attended ATALM 2024, and they're going to join us and talk about their experiences. We have Tara Fitch and Lance Badbullhart. So Tara and Lance, go ahead and share your experiences with us.
Hi, my name is Tara Fitch. I am an archivist at United Home and Nation. I was one of the scholars last year for 2024. That was my first ever conference. So I felt like a fish out of water. I felt like a freshman going into high school and not knowing what to expect because I was there on my own. I knew no one. But having the scholarship allowed me to be able to go to the conference, as I have 5 children, so 2 are adults, but one of them still lives at home, but one of the adults. So I have 3 teenagers that are in all kind of things. So being able to have awarded the scholarship did help me tremendously. And I was also a mentee, which I know that was spoke about earlier, but that has helped me as well. And I say, go out there, apply for the scholarship, because I know I second guess myself on everything. And I was like, why would they pick me? Like, I don't know anybody. I don't, I'm just me. I mean, I'm a archivist that started with no background in archivist work in June of 2023. So I was like, why would they pick me? But I was so excited when I got picked. And I was, like I said, I was like a freshman going into 9th grade. I had all of my stuff picked out, all of the sessions that I wanted to do. When the first program came out, I had everything. And then the second one came out, I'm like, oh man, I have to do this all over again. And I've also done the certificate program, which I enjoyed. I was able to go to one of the workshops, which I went to Sunnylands, which was an awesome experience. It was just so peaceful, and being a scholar, having doing the volunteer, you get to know people, you get to learn, just more things from other people. The networking is awesome at ATALM. Anybody who's even thinking about applying, I would say do it. Don't second guess yourself. Just do it.
Cool. Hi, my name is Lance Badbull. I'm Navajo and Lakota from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I currently work here at the Museum of Motion Pictures as a collections manager specialist. I've been here about 4 years, and I started in exhibitions and moved into collections about 2 years ago. But this is my first ATALM conference. I've been to a couple of others, but this is where I felt more included, I guess. I think it was, partly because, well, most partly because I was selected as a scholar. And that helped me to, I guess, free up my time and, able to fully immerse myself into this program and these programs that the conference offers. As far as like the mentor, a mentee also. I'm volunteering. I was able to walk around and take pictures, photography, which is what I also like to do. Yeah, the scholarship covered, the lodging, the registration, and the meals. So, I don't have to worry about getting receipts and all that other stuff, that I have to submit. I can just enjoy it and talk to, and meet other, scholars and professionals around, this whole country. Even Guam, there's some people from there. I also participate in like these workshops and sessions, they deepen my understanding of, the unique challenges that indigenous communities face in preserving our cultural heritage. And these discussions highlighted the importance of, approaching preservation with the respect for tradition and community involvement, that go along with the academic and institutional lens. So I feel that's important. And, when I first got there, I was able to take the Sunnylands tour. That was a really beautiful tour through the historic estate and golf course. There's a nice gift shop, and there's also, beautiful gardens that surround the estate also. On the other days, we had the sessions. And I learned about feather care, intellectual property, and protecting indigenous cultural heritage, even restoring Ocheti, Seko, and winter counts to the universe. I learned, about that, which kind of like opened up a whole nother avenue to my curiosity into, my own culture. And yeah, it's just so much that this conference, and was able to, I was able to get and, learn and grow from this scholarship program. So I just, I feel honored, and, thank you for allowing me to, experience this.
Oh, Tara and Lance, you guys are so great. Thank you. I'm going to start talking about the professional development program in just a second, but I had a cute story about Tara. She really was prepared. She came up and showed me her notebook of all of her notes for the professional development certificate. And I thought that was adorable. You were both wonderful to work with as volunteers. Lance took amazing photos. Tara helped out at the front desk, at the registration desk. And it really is just such an honor to work with our scholars. All right. Once again, here is the link to apply for a scholarship. Our deadline is April 10th. We will try to have that announcement out by April 28th so that you will know if you have received a scholarship or not. And again, for the recording, we will share all of these links in the recording notes. All right, so everybody who attends the conference is eligible to participate in the Professional Development Certificate Program. This is because of funding from IMLS. You have to attend the conference to participate in it. Unfortunately, we don't have it available for non-conference attendees at this time. The certificate program, the topics are dependent upon the program, which we're still working on, but we will have that information out soon. This is last year's topics and certificate offerings that we were able to have available for you. When you sign up using the link that I'll have in just a second, you will keep track of all of the sessions that you attend. You can do that the way Tara did with a notebook, or we have that availability on Whova as well whenever we get closer to the conference. It is free for conference attendees. And once you complete your hours, including your 6 hours of online training following the conference, then you'll complete another form and you'll request your certificate. And then we will email that to you. We're coming close to the end of the 2024 Professional Development Certificates cycle, so we'll be starting on 2025 very soon. But you are able to sign up if you want to. Again, the requirements are just to attend sessions, complete 6 hours of online training, and then request your certificate, and you will receive that. If you have any questions about the certificate program, please feel free to reach out to conference@atalm.org and let us know. I put a slide on here of some upcoming dates. Proposal acceptance and decline notifications are going to be out soon. The scholarship deadline, again, on April 10th. We'll have the preliminary program released in about a month. And then you'll see some of these other dates. And then in October, we will see you in Cherokee. So does anybody have any questions? Please feel free to unmute or feel free to put your question in the chat. Laura asked in the chat, when is the deadline for applying for the mentorship program and the PD certificate? We'll have more information about the mentorship program soon, and we'll make that information available for the application. It's usually a few weeks before the conference so that we can make sure that we get everybody matched up. And then the PD certificate, I would say that's available up until the time of the conference. Sure. Are there any other questions? All right. Well, thank you again for being here. Thank you to Ryan and Erin, Kate, Marla, Tara, and Lance. We hope that this gave you a lot of good information. And as always, if you have any additional questions about anything, please feel free to reach out to any of us here at ATALM. We're here to help you. So we are looking forward to an exciting ATALM 2025 conference. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.